Assalamu alaikum. When the first tyrant fell in the Arab Spring, I think with the exception of a few, everyone was overjoyed. Ashab, you read, is scattering down because the anthem, the rallying call of the common man and woman whose ambitions and desires were nothing more than wanting the universal rights of freedom from tyranny. And when the crowds gathered in Tahrir Square, we were all inspired. I went to Cairo myself and joined in because the universal struggle for human rights and freedom and liberty belongs to every single one of us. To my joy, I was invited to speak in Tahrir Square and proudly shouted, "Ehad Mubarak, Ehad Mubarak," until he finally left. The crowd at that point had reached 1 million, and the media called it the People's Revolution, and it was. And when the people started to lead, the leaders became irrelevant. Later that day, I went behind the scenes and discovered that not everything was as spontaneous as the Western media had tried to portray. This wasn't just the birth of people power. This was the legacy of a resistance which had gone on for decades. Inside Tahrir Square, the Muslim Brotherhood had organized the security, the field hospitals, enabling brothers and sisters, Muslims and Christians to come together. Don't listen to the sectarian lies. I saw with my own eyes Muslims praying, being protected by Christians, and then doing the same for the Christians. I saw it with my eyes. So the security, the field hospitals, even the clean-up operation, when it was time to leave,
just give it like
was
that.
all
I'm gonna go down and take the
organised
picture. It's ready in video, okay?
by the Muslim
It's ready in video. Just I'm gonna go there. And no, don't do nothing because it's video.
And the Christians to get organised and take a lead as well. And when Mubarak finally went, it was inevitable. The majority of Egyptians would rally to the support of the Muslim Brotherhood in the elections. The Arab left, fragmented and in chaos, should not have been surprised by the result. People were going to put their trust in the Muslim Brotherhood, an organisation which had played a leading welfare role for decades. Even now, those supposedly in charge in Egypt today cannot even reach a consensus over who should be Prime Minister. Why don't they listen to the people? Return the Muslim Brotherhood to their rightful place, and President Morsi, still president, in his rightful place. And if the voters are unhappy, they can get rid of them in the next election. That's the way democracy works. No one in the UK voted for a coalition government, but that's what we got. And we didn't call Sir Richard Dallet, the head of the British Army, to come and intervene when Cameron and his coalition cronies went into Downing Street. Egypt is a country where 90% of the population are Muslims, so it's inevitable, like all the other revolutions in the Muslim world, that this one would have an Islamic flavour. But now we see the West does not want to support this sort of democracy. Just as it did when Hamas was elected to power in Gaza, there were others who did not want to see democracy in the region as well. The Arab royal families, neither elected nor chosen by the people. Actually, they were put there